Hey, what's up? I'm not too sure why I'm doing this video, but recently, in 2016, when this year started, I started realizing that my parents' house, our house, is a big mess, and it started when I had to go look for something in the cuartito where we have a washer dryer, and my dad has all his storage and tool supply and all that. I couldn't find what I needed, and it was just a huge mess. And so in the springtime, when the Fresno City, they do their city-wide cleanup thing, where you throw all your junk, excessive junk into the curb. I wanted to take up that opportunity to uh, to take as much junk as possible from the cuartito and from the yard outside out into the street so that it could be taken away. Um, and I took out as much as I could, but in that same day, in that same week, I ended up reorganizing the whole cuartito. And I put labels everywhere so that we would know cleaning products go here, clean towels go here, car wash supplies or car cleaning supplies go here, that kind of stuff. And the reason is because before, sorry for the messy hair, before nothing was categorized in our cuartito. It was just kind of a big mess. You would put a bottle here, you would put a towel there, you would put anything everywhere, kind of thing. And it still kind of needs some work, but at least now there's places. There's a place where the paint goes. There's a place where um, the car supply, like car oil, the different things like that, go car brake fluid, all that stuff. And yeah, so it's kind of organized. Recently, uh, unfortunately, my dad brought a bunch of like donated clothes home, and I guess in bags, and he unbagged it, and it's just all over the cuartito now. And so I got to talk to him about that. Um, but then that led me to like, dude, the cuartito was a mess, and then I started looking around the house, and I realized everything is a mess. Literally, everything is a mess. A while back, and I'm no hero, I'm no saint in the family. I have junk too, but a while back, I when I was cleaning my room, I had so much junk just compressed into every corner. Like I would, a movie ticket receipt, I would put it away, and it's just pointless things. And I remember one time when I was cleaning my room, I thought, what happened if a fire broke out? What happened if a fire erupted in my room and destroyed everything? What are the things that I would actually want or miss or really feel bad that they got destroyed? And I realized it wasn't a lot. My laptop, my bed, a couple of clothing. The rest of the clothing I've never used, and so um, a couple of school supplies that I still use or that I plan to use, a few photos, and that's it. Outside of that, there wasn't anything I would really miss. Everything else, if a fire took it, I'd be like, I didn't even notice it was there. And so that day when I cleaned my room, I got rid of everything as if though a fire consumed it all. And I just kept as much as the basic stuff I need as possible. When I cleaned my dad's cuartito, when I cleaned the cuartito and I organized it, I realized we have so much crap that we can get rid of, and we need to do it now. We need to do it now. After my dad's cuartito, I got started on my mom's. She calls it a trastero, and so you'll eventually see it later. Um, and it was so full of envelopes, pay stubs, old electricity bills, every kind of bill that we've ever had, any kind of payment, any kind of letter for any kind of anything that we've ever gotten was put away in that trastero. And so where plate decoration should go, and where nice, decorative things should go on the shelves, what was filled in that place was envelope after envelope after envelope, just one after another, and things that went back as to the oldest document I found was 1996, a letter, a paper that went back as 1996. It was ridiculous. And so I helped my mom get rid of all that. I kept the stuff that needed to be kept, and I realized it's not just about cleaning it, but we have to find a place for when my mom gets a new bill, or when we get a new bill, or a new letter, or a new pay stub from my mom or dad. They have to find a place to properly put it so that it doesn't find its way back into the where it's displayed for a guest to come in and all that stuff. And so I bought her binders, I bought her folders, I bought her all this stuff, and I'm teaching, and I showed her, this is how you can put it away and all that. And it seems, she responded well to it, and all that. And then today I cleaned out some of the kitchen cabinets, and they were filled with junk. And so I guess I'm ranting on about the project. I made a new Instagram account so that I can start documenting everything. I made the mistake. I should have taken a picture of the cuartito before I cleaned it, and then now after. I should have taken a picture of the trastero in the kitchen before I cleaned it and now after, but I didn't. But I pretty much decided by myself that we need to figure this out. We need to create systems where we, like once a month, we clean this specific place in the house. Once every 2 months or quarterly, a year. We check this areas, or we clean this, or we really detail this part. We need to create a system where we just check it off. And we take care of it that way. Man, I look good. And it's just unfortunate. So I made the new Instagram account so that because I'm so riled up because there's so much junk that we kept stored. One example. 2 examples. Here is a mug that I'm assuming we got from the zoo. It says Chaffee Zoo here. It's covered with dirt and dust. Look at this. It used to be clear plastic, and it's just covered with dust. And it was stored back in one of the kitchen cabinets. This plastic, I don't know what you call these things, martini cups or whatever. It's plastic, was stored back there as well. And it says Audrey. I don't know who the hell Audrey is. I'm assuming it's part of family maybe or something. Sorry if I don't recognize you. But the date here, it says 8/10/13. 8/10, since 2013 we've had this little plastic cup back there. My mom didn't remember that was there. Nobody in the house even knows that this was there. Whoever put it back there just put it back there just for the sake of putting it there. They forgot about it, and now it took up. I mean, look how much space this would take up in a kitchen cabinet. We have a small ass cabinet, not huge at all. So this is just one example of things that I find in the kitchen cabinet. They're just stored like this, and there's monumental stuff. And it's pretty crazy. I didn't know we had this problem. I really didn't. But, and this is the scary part, is I don't think we're hoarders. I don't think my family members are hoarders, but we're like borderline there. We're borderline there. And the reason I say that is because we don't have a problem throwing stuff away. We just don't have a system in place. And so it's kind of like myself. I feel like I'm borderline obese, and I need to work on that. But I'm not obese yet. In the same way, I feel like we're borderline hoarders, but we're not there just yet. And so reorganizing the house. I'm not on a mission just to clean the house. I'm on a mission to reorganize it, to develop a system. And it's going to be tough. The living room in our house is in pretty bad shape. My sister's room is in pretty bad shape. the outside yard is in pretty bad shape. We have no system. We have no what's it called? Not unity, but we have no consistency. Nothing's in place. And so what happens is my dad brings junk from work. My mom doesn't throw away a letter because it might be important later. Um, Different things like that. A new party comes up or a new wedding comes up, and the ladies feel like they have to buy a new dress, and I get it, but there's mountains of clothes that they haven't touched, we haven't touched in years, and so my question is, what is it doing here? What is it doing here? And so my hope is that we can, as a family, we can develop a system where it stops us from accumulating junk we don't need. Another big, huge mentality that we need to break down in my family is this concept of I'm going to hold on to this thing that I found or that I got or that I got my hands on. I'm going to hold on to it because one day I can sell it. This thing is valuable and I can sell it. Or I can, we're not collectors. And my family struggles with that concept of, oh, I'm going to buy this machine or I'm going to buy, or look at, I got this bike because it's a retro bike or whatever. And I'm like, we don't do yard sales. My family, we're not known to do yard sales at all. We have dogs, and our dogs bark at every single thing that passes by. So we don't do yard sales. So we don't sell anything we find valuable. We don't sell it. We just hold on to it, and eventually it just corrodes if we leave it outside, or it just collects dust if we put it in the shell. Um, so that's another mentality we got to get. So we have to develop a system that works for our family, and we have to get rid of some mentalities of I'll save this for later. This might be valuable one day. This is um, a nice memory, that kind of stuff. And I get that we collect pictures. I get that kind of stuff, but um, it's going to be hard. One of my fears is that my family will not take it as a sense of help, but more as a criticism on their lifestyle. That's my fear. Um, that my mom, dad, my sister will take it as you're judging us, you're criticizing us, when that's not the case. It's just the way we're living is not it's not okay. And when there's shit just piling up, when there's junk just piling up, and no one has a problem with it, then there's a problem. There's a problem. And at first I thought, oh man, I'm just gonna clean this trastero. I'm just gonna reorganize the cuartito, the back room, the washer room, laundry room. There you go. Um, and I just thought it was just something that just needed attention real quick. But as I looked more and more around our house and more into our home, I realized this isn't okay. This isn't okay, and we shouldn't be okay with where we're living in. We can do better. So I hope to have a sit down with the rest of my family and hopefully get them on board. Because as of now, I'm the only one cleaning, I'm the only one organizing this place, and everyone else is just watching, and everyone else is just no, don't throw that away. No, hold on, and then they grab it from my hands, all that, and they think I'm out to throw away everything when I'm not. I really just want to get rid of what we don't use, and hopefully the least amount of drama comes out of this, and uh, hopefully we step in the right direction.